day two challenge. This is so wonderful that you're showing up here. Yesterday we have about 30 people, which is wonderful. And yesterday we covered how we can crystallize your vision. And I hope following those 3 simple steps, it really helps you to focus. Because, you know, at the start of yesterday's session, I covered why we need a direction first before we run, before we do anything, before we get stuck into the doing, because we want to make sure we are supported by the universal energy, because this ultimately is the 3-day challenge is all about, is to gain that consciousness, awareness, and intelligence of your chart, because this is you, right? This is your innate essence. This is a moment you were born. The universe provides you this map. I already see this is like a little map, right? That we can actually move with purpose, but also most of all, or most importantly, is to move consciously and smartly. Because I have no doubt all of you are here. You're not like, you know, it's not like you haven't done any hard work. I think all of us here have done enough hard work. Some of you, like even just looking through people's chart, they have so much resource element. They have learned so much. They have, you know, the gain the knowledge along the way. But it's at the time that we need to give ourselves permission. We need to, first of all, know our direction. And second is to have the conviction and permission for ourselves to actually receive. This is where I see a lot of people in the group and connected with me, is about that permission, is that about that confidence. And sometimes, and we all go through that, right? We're not sure whether this is the right time. So this is why the first day we did vision. We have really crystallized that. Not 8, not 5, but let's just focus on 2 or 1. And you can design that with specific steps for you. And today, I am going to talk about money. I'm going to talk about finance. I'm going to talk about your power. Your power, how I can empower you to, first of all, know what is the whole picture here. So this is important when I'm going through the economy, the money, the charts. It's not a big secret anyway. It might look a little bit, okay, oh, this is a picture you're painting, Grace. I do not want you to, I did mention yesterday, if some of you are being triggered with the emotion of fear, that is okay. Let's just not acknowledge that and, you know, recognize that. But most importantly, we're going to go past that emotion, fear. We're going to move with purpose and precision, because there still, no matter, I believe, no matter how unstable the economy, the big picture is going to be, there is always going to be opportunity for every one of us. And in Chinese, there is this beautiful word I want to share with you, is called Beiji. If any of you speak Mandarin, so that's what its original Chinese pronunciation is. But the translation really herald this yin and yang, this Chinese metaphysics in it. The first word, Wei, means crisis. But the second word, Ji, means opportunity. There is always going to be the crisis and opportunity together. It is the people who actually see opportunity will stand out. And yesterday we talked about there will be new talent. the new talents see opportunity in unstable time, you need to see this is a big reset point. If the things are very stable, very go with the normal flow, there is actually the another side of the coin is it's very hard to break through for certain people who don't have a certain things, right? Traditionally, we always think, okay, I don't have these. But when things are unstable, when things are shifting, and I think I explained that bigger picture, why this year is so important and why this year is considered a reset point is because of we are shifting to from Feng Shui Age 8 to Feng Shui Age 9, right? This is where so many opportunities comes up and you don't know. And this is where people who have the courage, who have this, this deep trust and just go for it, they will reap the reward. So I want to share this. I want to share the screen. Let's hope today it will go okay. So day 2 is really all about remembering your power and remembering your gift. Okay. But let's understand what a full picture is like. So we actually move consciously. Again, this is the yearly chart that you now are all expert reading this now. So let's first see, where does the money come from in 2023? And this is the thing, when I look at the charts, the information I'm giving you are all derived from the charts. Okay, so when we see, I mentioned about this little codes here, the IW represents indirect wealth and the DW represents direct wealth. Okay, so this is the yearly chart. I want to explain this to you guys so you know. And I've obviously marked where are the money in the chart. So for some of you, if you actually learned some of the charts with me, you know the year pillar and the month pillar represents pretty much the first half of the year. Same with your own charts. The year and month represents the first half of your life. Okay, it's up around age of 45, 46. So there you go, a little bonus chart reading techniques for you as well. And so, you know, you guys now can read and then you can share in the chat box. Where do you think the money come from? Or even just from the timing perspective, where would the most money show up? Is it the first half or the second half? You should be able to read this. And now, once you know this, you'll always be able to, right? To actually interpret this. Now, why I can't see my chat box? It disappeared. And that's okay. Oh, there it is. Great. So Melanie said the second half, that fire is wealth to water. Perfect. Thank you so much, Melanie, to share this. So you can see most of the money. First of all, let me explain what is actually Melanie is actually just responded to this question. Is because of in 2023 is the in water year. So for a water in 2023, the money element is being represented by the fire. Okay, that's why I put the dollar sign against all the in fire, young fire. That's where you see. So as explained, the first half versus second half, we will see the money in the first half, the year and month pillar, is actually hidden. It's in the hidden stand, right? It's not showing up in the heavenly stands yet. So this means, what does this mean? This means the first half of the year. Let me show you the next. Our economy is still going to be a little bit haphazard. We will talk about inflation. Right? We talked about the GDP. When we're looking at the country's GDP, we're looking at the hour pillar. The supply chain will continue to show up as what we have experienced later, 2022. So you will hear inflation first half is still going to be continue, unfortunately, because we're seeing there is a lot of money printing. How do I see that? Because there is a young wood here, there is a young wood here. This is the month pillar. The wood supplies the fire, okay? So there is a lot of money printing there. Inflation for the first half of the year is still going to be, it's not going to be miraculously disappear. Things will get expensive. And this will affect the job opportunities to an extent. So this is important. And this is where I paint you this picture on the left, is when this wealth is this fire, we have the water on top. So think of the relationship between the water and the fire. So the economy will be unstable because the fire is the unstable element. It will go up 1 second and suddenly there will be rain and then it will dwindle down. That's what it's going to be like. Okay. And another thing is I mentioned, I kind of preempt about when I talked about the job opportunities, is there will be a trend, or you will be called to really show up, not just for this, let's say you are a lawyer, or not sure if this is a good example, but accountant, whatever that might be, that you feel that this is your role, or you are a marketing manager. And suddenly you might be asked by your boss or your team or your company to actually perform, to also be on top of are we profitable for this month? You might also need to know a little bit of finance, and not to do the books, but I'm saying that the role will become so versatile. You need to know more than just one. So I want you to, first of all, based on this, because every fact I'm sharing with you, I would like you to have an insight to make it relevant to you or to your situation. So let's think, if you have this job, how is your job secure or is your job safe? Depends on how many roles you will be able to perform, or how many different type of, how versatile you can provide for whoever you work for. I hope this is making sense. It requires you to ignite some of your other talent, in other words. So you will always have this, your key craft, your key profession there. There will be some something on the sideline, how you can actually add value to your role. This would be every company is going to ask, or when they review their employees' performance, when they get actually going through, because there will be undoubtedly I've already seen this trend, there will be job cutting. There will be the certain things that the company will make the whole structure more efficient. Okay, so I'm painting you this picture not to create fear, but I would like to invite you to actually think what value add I can actually provide in my current role. That's why I'm saying that the versatility versus the multiple. These are just the key pointers to remind you what we talked about, okay? So what are the talents and gifts you actually have never showed them, but you can stand up, you can actually show up and say, you know what, this is something I can also do. That's valuable in 2023, given this current economic broader picture, okay? And you will stand out that, against other, like if there are any competition, this will get you across the line, okay? Now I think I have something else to share. We've covered that. Now, okay, why am I putting this red line here? So that's the first point, that remember the versatility. Regardless of you actually hold a job, you work for someone else, or for your business. So business, when it comes to, if you're running your own business or you're about to run your own business, you're going to make sure what you do, whatever you offer, you're going to solve people's problem in different ways. You also need to think of the word versatility. So with business, that might mean that you might have a different income stream. So for example, for me, if I am a Feng Shui consultant, I have always been doing consultations, like a Feng Shui consultation. And maybe that I can expand to other areas to do teaching, like what I'm doing, right? Or to focus on the Chinese astrology, so I'm just giving you an example. If you're running your human design business, then apart from decoding their charts, their birth chart, maybe you can do a mentorship or coaching for people who would like to actually work with you on a deeper level. So you need to think there will be multiple income streams comes in during 2023. That's the versatility reflect in a small business. Does that make sense? Any of you actually running a small business here? So feel free to drop in any from the charts that I can see, okay? So anytime that you feel like you want to share something, please just put it in the chat box, because I can. Qigong, of course, Emma. I love it. Qigong, yes. And I mean, usually if you do a class, I'm not sure about your business structure, but if you normally do class, you might wanting to think, I might move the class, physical class, but also online. That's the immediate thing come to me. Things like that. That you're just gonna have to think. And this option, this versatility can be content, can be your target, can move deeper or move broader, or whatever you do, you need to have more than one. Because I'm not sure, this is a very Chinese saying. We say, the cunning rabbit, as always, have three storages. in Chinese. I don't know if like this is probably universal, and because rabbit, they always have a different holes, different homes they can go into. This is very much year of the rabbit, right? So yes, they have 3 holes, burrows. Thank you. Yes, so 2 or 3 options. That year of the rabbit, these are the insights you can apply. You're going to have to think at the start of the year. You don't want to think this one line is drying up. It's too late. And the whole 3-day session is to give you the vision so you can fully prepared. Whatever comes, I'm prepared. Okay, so that's the key. The number 2 that I draw this red line here is also from the charts reading, is the year and the month is always what is showing externally in our external environment. And this is where we see the money, the inflation, the GDP, the country's economy. It will be, if you watching the news, it will be doom and gloom for a bit. But that's fine. We accept this is our external environment. But what is important is on the day and hour pillar. This part is why I'm actually have the text here is internal. External, year and month pillar, day, hour pillar, internal. So we now know what is happening outside. We want to focus on what is actually within. And that internal is within us. Okay? How we are going to respond, how we're going to strategize is important. And if I'm going back to the previous chart, and this will make more sense. The first half, now you know the chart reading techniques. Let's put all these 2 key things I shared with you together. First half, money is hidden underneath, okay? So you will see externally, the inflation is kind of, continue to go up. So the money is a scarcity in a way, job cutting and all that is a potential hidden there. But if you're prepared for the first half of the year, the money will show up for you. And where does the money really show up is for people who are willing to dig internally, who are willing to work within themselves so that they create wealth from within. This is a key point. This is a key point for today. So this is so important. And I want to say this again. Okay, if you look externally, the money is hidden. The money is scarcity. You see inflation, you see this doom and gloom, the news. But where the money is showing up is within, internal, day pillar, hour pillar. This is where when you actually get your vision, get your strategy right, you put your head down, doing solid work, but also work smartly, taking aligned action for the first year, second year. And not necessarily second year, this is just a whole picture. The money will continue to show up for you. Okay? But the money, when I say show up, is where it's in that hidden heavenly stem is showing on top. And we're going to talk about these 2 money signs. They're not in the earthly branches, they're in the hidden stem. So it is hidden. It may require a little bit of digging. But I just want you to hold that thought for a second, because we're going to come back to this point. So far, are we getting the sense of, from the money and wealth creation economy perspective, how are we feeling? please drop me your feedback in the chat box, how you feel. Does this making sense? Is this clear? And we're going to move forward. Are we feeling confident? Because I believe that you all hold so much within you. I feel this is amazing news for you. Okay, because a lot of times we hold so much within us. One, we might not know fully aware what it is. Second is, I mentioned permission. Are we have what it takes to really step onto that stage? Yesterday, we talked about the beauty, attraction, attention, showing up in the limelight and step up onto the stage. Okay. So this is important. Now, I want to also, not just broadly, I also want to show you this chart. Okay, so this chart is, I want to give you some of you just in terms of your own 4 pillars of destiny chart. So it's time for you to bring out your own chart, and we can have a little bit chart reading fun here. Okay, so if you're still not sure, you're not 100%, I want to give you some pointers here. I want to give you some evidence. Okay, and this is just an example of the charts. And I want you to look for, first of all, I want you to look for the fire element in your chart. Now you all know 2023, the money is being represented by the fire element, right? So let's see that if it is in your chart. So drop me, emojis, whatever, number 1 in the chat box. If you have, first of all, you have in fire or young fire in any of the pillars, year, month, day, hour. Of course, the interpretation might be different, but there is money showing up in your chart. You have the money, you have the ability to obtain, the money is on the table for you in 2023. It requires you to go and take it. Oh my God, Erica, 3 of the 4 fires. You are on fire. Young fire day pillar, perfect. So the fire people, especially it is in your day pillar, you have, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this fire element as well. Melanie have 2 fires, Rachel, young fire. Doesn't have to be day master, can be anywhere. Karen, you have in fire. Anthony, young fire. In Garth or Joe has in fire in hour and month pillar. Perfect. Investment, in our pillar. If you have the fire in your month, it's the career and business. Yes, day master, you can, because you are fire. If you are a day master, that you are, your essence at birth is fire. Of course, you are made not just for 2023, you're made for the Feng Shui Age 9, which I'm going to have a touch on. Nicole, in fire in day and month. Perfect. Career. Money is in your career. Joan, no fire for you. It's fine. You got a second chance. I haven't, some of you probably read ahead. I should hide this. But for those of you who don't have fire on top, look underneath. Okay, so don't get depressed yet. It's a second chance. Look for the animal sign of tiger, sheep, horse, snake, and dog in any pillars. Okay. There you go. There's Phaedrus. I think hopefully I pronounce your name right. You have a horse in your ear. Beautiful. Rachel has tiger. Anthony have dog. Oh, perfect. Rosemary have dog in month, snake in ear pillar, Karen. Daniela, you love the emoji. Dog in day. Oh my God, you guys. Money everywhere. Finally, Joan said, I have a tiger in year. Yeah. A man snake. Oh, a snake in hour and month. Perfect. So a lot of you have not only the fire, yin fire, yang fire, but also the animal sign underneath. What does this all mean, right? Looks like, you all have one way or another. There's money there. Now, how are we going to really know how to move to achieve our financial goals? For some of you, this might be, depends on the location. Of course, I can't really interpret or seeing your chart to give you an individual reading. But I want to give you some directions, okay? So that some of you, this might lie within your career, change of career. And I actually want to mention 2 signs for career. This is the year for you to have a breakthrough. If you don't have, anyone doesn't have young fire, doesn't have in fire, and have no animal signs in their chart, don't cry yet. Oh, Jessica, have you got a pig or rooster in your chart? Ox is not sheep, Anna. They're different signs. Ox is ox, sheep is sheep. Okay. So now I want to say, for those of you who also have, regardless whatever you have in your chart, Jessica, let's hope that you have this. If you have a pig or a rooster in your month's pillar underneath in here, this is going to be, I want you to focus on your career, because this year is going to be your career business breakthrough. But undoubtedly, you need to actually create some changes. Changes is so important in order for you to amplify all these money signs. Okay, I'm only looking at the rooster in the month pillar for the moment. I'm not looking at any other pillar. I only want to talk about, because this is, a lot of you have the intention of career directions and also business expansion and growth. This is what I see, 2 big trends. So I want to specifically talk about month pillar. This is your career and business. If you have a rooster and a pig in your month, this is your breakthrough year. Write down breakthrough. So going through the year, when it comes to your decision making, you really have trepidation, fear. Oh my God, I haven't done this before. Like I've never done a Facebook group before. Like, you don't know if you, especially when you're running business, do not listening to all other, there is definitely a place. I'm not really saying anything bad about coaching or mentoring. But when you're actually going through, looking at other people or taking through the mentoring session, have they given you any advice based on your chart is important, because you don't know until you actually try it yourself. Other people can create millions using this, but when you're actually using their technique, you might find this doesn't work for you. It's because of your cosmic blueprint, your destiny chart are very different. I gave the example yesterday about yin metal, yang metal. So, you know, that you need to know whether this is for you. So the breakthrough might mean that you need to disrupt some of the old pattern in your business. You need to change, shaking things up. The first emotion might be fear. The first emotion might be, oh, what if this doesn't work? But the thing is, at least you know this is not for you. This is the year you need to do that, particularly for people who have pig and rooster. And if you, at the same time, you also have the yin fire, yang fire, and all these animal signs, you know, you need to do something different. Don't just always do the same old. That's where the money, why is hidden. You need to activate. This is called activation. That's when we go through Feng Shui. When we do activation, is to create that energy boost. You're going to have to kind of like the seed underneath the soil. You need to kind of break up this soil. Okay, so there's gonna be something might very, very scary. So, but you're gonna have to go ahead to, it's like drilling down to get water, you know, to find when you actually create a well. This is the fountain of wells, right? You need to go deep, 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 and then boom, water comes out. That's your wealth. That's hidden. Okay. Now we talked about first, so two things to remember from first part of this challenge is versatility, multiple roles, discover your talent, discover your gift, external environment, how we react is to go within, internal, to activate that money. This is where I want to share with you, especially there's so many of you have the yin fire, yang fire, and also those animal signs. Those animal signs also have the fire holding within them, okay? That's why. So why I suddenly jumped into the Feng Shui Age 9 is because the Feng Shui Age 9 is being driven by the fire energy. All of you have. So this is actually a golden rule. Before I even get onto the golden rule, I will say this to all of you who holds the fire energy, regardless it is on top or underneath. The transition for you from Feng Shui Age 8 to Feng Shui Age 9 is going to be so much intuitive, so much more smooth than people who have resistance with holding within. Okay, so you have the advantage already there in terms of you have the fire, because the fire is the element of intuition. It is connecting with the spirit and heart. If you think of the fire, the flame always goes up. The flames is connecting with the higher realm. The fire element is the element that has the connection with the higher realm. So if you have, for the last 20 years, you feel people don't fully understand me, I feel I have to kind of ground myself or slow myself down in order to make people understand me more, or I feel most of the time I have been misunderstood, I'm a little bit ahead of my time. This is your time. Your age has just arrived, because this is the time that you're going to download all those wisdoms from the higher realms. No one will ever say, okay, you know that how big the Aquarian age has been, like, you know, in the last, you know, year or so. This is equally bigger than, you know, equally, if not bigger than the Aquarian age, right? Because Aquarius is always kind of ahead of the majority, the public, the mass population. And this is the age. So if you have a fire element, you already there, you resonate with this, you have a high affinity with this energy. And now coming back to the feminine energy and the woman, you know, to do with woman, it's the yin energy. It's all about the feminine energy. For the next 20 years, the yin energy flow is going to create wealth. It's tuning inward. This is why Year of the Rabbit is coming to deliver the message for the next 20 years. This is why the yearly chart of the 2023 Year of the Rabbit is already showing you the sign of going inward. Internal is where the wealth comes from. If you have made a lot of money in period 8 or 8 Feng Shui Age 8, where the property, you know, real estate investment, all these, you know, they are being governed by the earth element. So the trend will move now. People who actually see this, and not only see this, understand this, aware of it, but act on it, they will create enormous amount of wealth. But you need to get in, you need to take action. This is important. Beautiful. Lynn, thank you for sharing that. Your business is tuning in within. You are right on mark, because you will see more and more. Is people who, why am I holding the challenge or masterclass like this? Because I want you not just to understand, because there will be a lot of people just understand and walk away and do nothing about it. The thing is, you need to do something about it, because money will not miraculously show up just by you understanding this. And hopefully that understanding and awareness will activate your action. And this is where people jumped on early will create more wealth than the people actually see the proof and evidence. It might be a bit late. This is why there will be disruptors. There will be people, heroes coming out of the instability, unstable time. They make a huge amount of money. It's not because of it's because of they catch this aperture. They catch this opportunity, window of opportunity. So I'm sharing this with you. You still gonna jump through this window, okay? So don't just sit on this information. You know this now. You're already 1 year ahead of the normal population who doesn't have no idea what is happening out there. This is the golden rule. The yin energy flow creates wealth. Is tuning inward. And here is another information, is feminine energy is first and foremost is to do with women. So if your business has traditionally have been targeting everyone, you might want to think of tightening your audience to women, because this is where the money comes from. Women, how you can actually targeting female, how you can targeting women, how you can give women, make them feel they're empowered. This is huge. This is like, if you're running a product, the people who is like, you know, their predominant, prominent target audience is women, they're going to do really well in age 9, product-based business. Okay, if you're running a product-based business, if you're running a beauty salon, you want to maybe go, you're already targeting the right people, right? And you may want to go deeper, not just for the looks, but how they can actually empower themselves. Go internal, empower, let's say that, you know, confidence. A lot of people who, if you're running a weight loss program, let's say, don't just talk about weight loss. Talk about how go through this is to honor your body. Honor, that when you actually look after your body, that means you honor yourself, you empower yourself. That's go deeper. You don't just scratch the surface. You actually talking to people who are lack of confidence, who is not actually have self-love. This is empowering woman. This is period 8 or Feng Shui Age 9 stuff. This is where the money comes from. This is wealth comes from. Who does this best will just show up. These are the new talent. These are you show beauty. And when you important thing, right, particularly for 2023, if you actually fully distill what I have shared yesterday and today and go review your business, here is your strategy already, not just for 2023, for the next, test it for the next 5 years. I bet it works. And then you can apply for the next 20 years, right? Great. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I've been planning my business into intuitive, nature-based fitness. Beautiful. Nature-based and, fitness, physiotherapy, women's circles. This is going to be amazing. And also, do not think you are small. Do not fire honors. There is no size. Size is just not relevant. If you think of the fire energy, the size is very much the earth energy, earth element, it's very still, it's very solid, it's grounded, it's not moving. But fire is sometimes, it's really random. Fire is fusion. Fire is radiating 360 degrees. So do not think that there is one industry that doesn't apply you. It applies to all industry. And do not think that you are just one person, the little me. Oh no, you're making a difference. You're creating this woman's circle, hosting 8 or 9 people. These 8 or 9 people will radiating out, reaching another 8 and 9. So you multiply. Remember the words multiply? 9, that's 81. My math is not very good, but you get the picture. Do not ever think that you are so small. I'm also hosting this 8 or 9 people. I'm also hosting today, the live participant is only 25 people. No, I think 25 of you will reach another 25 people in your expertise, in your beautiful, whatever the domain, whatever the business you're running. 25 times 25. Who is accountant here? Tell me. Thank you, Lynn. Exponential influence. It's exponential. I love this word so much. So I want you to feel so empowered working out of this. Watch yesterday's if you missed what I shared about the beauty, attention, and all that. See your own beauty. Combine with today's yin energy, targeting woman, tuning inward. Seen versus unseen. I want to talk about this as well. This is actually not just something I invented, is the wisdom I learned from reading thousands charts, your destiny chart, is what is showing up sometimes can be superficial. It doesn't mean it's not important, but it just means it's easy access. It's like this tree, but the leaves can fall off the tree. The highest value usually is hidden beneath, is the roots of the tree. And this is what my purpose is all about, is to help you not only see your beauty, see the leaves showing up, but also be able to dig deep and activate what is underneath, what is the roots there. Because the roots is supplying the life force of the tree. The roots is actually making sure this tree is sustainable, not just one season. But when the spring comes, you blossom again. Sustainability there. Deep, deep grounding and deep going deeper. And this part is unseen. Most people do not know. Most people focus on the leaves, but doesn't matter how much you cultivate the leaves are gonna fall at some stage. You need to supply and making sure you have enough water, you have enough consciousness to actually know what is underneath so you can water the roots. Because when you water the roots, you do not have to worry about what is on top. That is just a natural result. That's where the effortlessness comes from. Okay, that's where you only look at the leaves. Okay, I might do some nutrition there. But deep, deep down, you know your root is deep. That makes the difference. Okay, and this deep roots is your power, is your gift and talents that you are not yet know. That is actually showing up in the hidden stand here. Most people know, oh, I was born in Year of the Dragon. I have the animal signs of these 4 animal signs. I'm a young wood. The key, when we dive deeper, is to know what is hidden underneath within. And this is your superpower. This is your superpower. Yesterday, I talked about that you're not one of the many. I want you to be the one. I want you to be the one who is the queen of running the women's circle. I want you to be the one who has this superpower. When people comes to you, they just open up. You know, you can reach that internal part of them. Like Lynn, you're running that business, right? I want you to be the one who is the artist, can actually access people's soul purpose. Anna, like you're the artist, right? The insights. I want you to be the one who creates that art, not just visually pleasing, aesthetically, pleasing, but actually reach people so much deeper. People cry when they see your child. People laugh when they see you, when they see your art. Okay? So this is the parts. That is my purpose, to help you. And this part is subconscious, is hidden sometimes. Some of you already know this intuitively, but you may not put your finger on it. You know there is something there. You might be 1 inch closer. This diamond is hidden there. You've been digging. You're so close. Please do not give up. And this would be a tragedy to the world, right? And this is where that I want to guide you to actually to dig out that diamond, because this is in your DNA. And it is not even I teach you something, that it is something you already have. You just don't know. It's because it's hidden. And diamonds and jewels, you're usually hidden. They're not just showing on top, right? And this is why this is precious. The people or the things or people that of high power, or things or talents that of high value, and you will notice even jewelry is of high value. It's not just display, that easy. The reason that is high value is people spend time to work on it. People spend time to craft it, to polish it, to first of all dig it out of the ground. Okay, so this is a part where, because 2023 is such a beautiful energy, it's about the internal. The wealth is hidden in there. The rabbit is actually ushered us into the Feng Shui Age 9. And I really want to take this opportunity to help you to dig out what is hidden there subconsciously, that or consciously you actually know, but you just not sure where is it, what it is. And I believe that I can help you to bring that one step further. Okay, so this is where I want to very quickly show this before we get into today's homework. I just want to show for people who are interested in digging out that diamond, really being the one, not one of the many, knowing your power, your superpower, not just power, your superpower, and your high value gift and talent. I call it high value gift and talent. Wealth Alchemy is opening enrollment tomorrow, and I'm going to launch in this group first because I want you to get the bonus, because I know I really feel the energy in here, and I want to give you the special. I want to show you the bonus, and I want you to be part of this. And this is actually, I really feel this is a partnership. It's you and me, you know, working together and create these things, not just for 2023, but for the years to come. So I just want to have this 1 minute in case this is not interested in you, and that's absolutely fine. So we'll come back to the challenge, but tomorrow I'm going to share at the end of the challenge, I'm going to share more of this information. Okay. So thank you for this 1 minute advertising. Now, coming back to the challenge, I want you to, this is your homework. I hope I have painted the picture. I hope I have given you the golden nuggets of this year, how you move forward with your business, with your personal career, whatever that might be. But here is the 3 key things you should put it in your vision board. Yesterday, I think that I have asked you to actually write it down, your vision, first half, second half, and this is a second piece, okay? Because I want you to work out this 3-day challenge to be very, very grounded. You know exactly what to do, not just the fluff information. I want you to know the steps. Okay, so 3 quality that you need to cultivate in 2023 in combination to what we have already covered in the strategy. I want, first of all, show your beauty. Go and review your business, how you can show your beauty, how you can really, like, you know, as I mentioned, fire energy, 360 degrees across all industry. If you ever feel confused, you do not know, pop into the Facebook group. I'm sure our fellow attendees will be able to help you. I will jump in there to help you if you feel confused. This is about your communication. This is about showing up, your presentation skills. This is about your marketing skills. Is your delivery platform is beautiful, okay? And then packaging. If you're running a product-based company, packaging, not necessarily packaging, because a lot of times we online, it's the first point of you reaching your target. Does that show beauty? Does that align with your brand essence? Maybe some of you brand essence is actually even a new word or new concept. Do you know what is your brand essence? Because your brand essence is the extension of who you are. Now you all know what is your essence at birth, right? Your brand, your business is the extension of you. What is that essence of your business? If you do not know how to show your beauty, maybe go back to this, okay? I'm giving you some branding tips there. Between making the first half. I will talk about that, Erica, in this. I think that it's not the first the first half and second half vision is about how you interpreted the meaning of the water and the wood element. So go back to the notes, okay? If the water represents your money, let's say, then your first half of the vision, you should focus on, okay, let me actually learn some financial skills, or let me review my business profitability, or is this actually in loss? How I'm going to change it? You know, cutting point is money. So if the second half, the element is, let's say, you know, because the second half is a wood element, it's a rabbit, right? It represents you for resources. Resources is about you, about anything that supports you. So that's the second half of your vision. You can go back to the PDF and to read the meanings, or pop into the Facebook and ask questions. I want to just keep going with this, okay? So show your beauty, all right? The next one. Are you ready for next one? Oh, I don't know why it's actually went straight. Ah, did I miss one? Oh my goodness. Okay, I remember the second one. Before we jump into the third one, I'm pretty sure. Let me just quickly check this. That's okay. Let's go with this. If I can share the screen again. Yes. I will make sure I will add the second one. Oh. I'll make sure I'll add in the second one in the Facebook and also the PDF attachment, okay? But let's go through the third one. Your ability to create value from nothing. This is important. This is one of the key pointers as well. Okay, so what does this mean? The ability to create value from nothing. If you believe that I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I can't do this, that I can't create this business, or you're lacking the confidence, I want you to know 2023 is, we talked about beauty. It's about your imagination. It's about your creative expression. It's about this gift and talent that is hidden within. Because if you see most people who actually phenomenally successful, that it's always that they draw this wisdoms and intelligence from within. Think of Oprah Winfrey. The background she has had, the experience, life experience she has had. She didn't have the proper network before supporting her. But if you even think when she is so successful, all she has is her. So many people, the most valuable asset in their business is that person. What is about that person? Is there anything tangible in that? Does that mean have to have a lot of houses, of property or money, or this physical form, then you become successful? No. People create nothing. And this is super important in the time that where money is actually even devalued, inflation, money from external may seem scarcity. I want you to know there is a wealth coming from within you. And that is may not be in a physical form, is unseen. It's your imagination. It's what you cultivate within you. Okay, so this is super important. If you know this, this is about trust. This is about that, knowing that you have something to offer to the world. This is about knowing that it's not me making you being the one. Even if you have already decided you want to join Wealth Alchemy, it's not taking this course or working with me making you to become the one. It is right now here. You already believe you are the one. I really want this to sink in. So who is actually believe that you are the one already? It's literally, it's not about whether or if, it's just about when, timing. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Okay? I want you to have that certainty. I want you to walk away from today's challenge, knowing your power. I want you to hold that certainty within you. And this is important. I want you to feel, and the Wealth Alchemy is to provide you with that real evidence, to really ground you, that even you feel now, you're still crafting that piece of diamond, like the session I had 2 days ago with this lady. When I look at her luck pillar, she's been crafting this for the past 5 years. Some people may have given up if they don't know they're the one. Some people may have given up if they actually do not hold that certainty. They might feel flustered and they might think, oh my God, I've been written down 100 times why these things I'm manifesting is not happening. This is where the groundedness of knowing who you are is really, really important. I get so emotional talking about this because every time when I actually lose that certainty, I come back to my chart. I'm not just saying this for the sake of it. I do this every time. This is like my anchor. This is my compass. I always comes back because I know, I look at the time, I look at my years, I look at this years, this fine, these things didn't work out. But this is the time. I know. It's like I'm waiting. I'm not going to really fuss about if there is no fruit in winter, because I know the time when the spring comes, this will show up. I'm not wasting my energy. I'm not leaking my energy doubting of who I am. And this is where it's important in 2023, okay? And the number 2, so this says 3, let's say this is the number 2, okay? So the third one I didn't show here. The third one is about your ability to transform. Your ability to transform others. I want you to put these 3 key points against your business vision, against your own personal vision, to say, what can I do to show beauty? What can I do to create value from nothing? How can I bring people value? How can I solve people's problem? And then the third one I just shared with you is, how can I transform people's lives? Because this is fire energy. Fire is about transformation. Fire is about changing form. Fire This is where yesterday I gave that example. Fire will melt the metal, reform it into a sword. But when this piece of substance, after the fire, they are changing to something so much more valuable. It's not a piece of metal anymore. It's not an ore anymore. It's a sword that is so sharp. It's a piece of weapon. The fire energy has ability to transform. It will change water into steam. See, changing form. So I want you to say, to actually really distill today's challenge is to see how your business can change form of other people's life. This is your selling point, okay? This is your key purpose. This might be even your sole purpose for you. What are you here to do? How are you going to transform other people's lives? I know mine because I dig into my chart. I know I can give people insight. Because I'm in metal, it's all about digging deeper. I'm not the sword because I didn't have the strength, right? From external, you can see the whole physical form, complexion, that's in metal. But the in metal's quality is about precision. Because I want to save you guys time, right? This is why I hold this. I want you to work smarter. I don't want you to work 10 hours, 12 hours a day. This is where we're going to really know how we're going to navigate in metal. I know this is my purpose here to guide you. So today is your job or your task, your homework to go back and to see what is actually your business is going to offer. Any of you want to share? I know we're over time, 15 minutes. I'm really sorry. I'm wrapping up, but I want to see you to share any kind of inspiration coming up already, because this is session, I can feel the energy already. I hope this is actually inspires you whilst coming from within. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Lynn. So any one of you want to drop in, we obviously over time, so drop into the Facebook and inspire, because you might, exponential, that's the word I love. I think Lynn shared that, exponential growth. We're looking for exponential growth. We're looking for exponential influence. You know, share. And don't be afraid of show your beauty. This is what 2023 is all about. Oh, great, Lynn. I'm glad you're doing that. Review your entire business offering. Yes, totally. Go through your offerings, go through your product suite, and tighten up your target we talked about. And you can also review your messaging. Okay, if you're running your business, these are the things: your audience, your offering, product suite, your messaging. Is your messaging is really hitting the bullseye? Okay. Okay, I think I am over time. Oh, I'm going to see you guys in Facebook, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about timing. We're going to look at your luck pillars, making sure you print out your chart. I'm going to map out and your timing. So Lynn, print out 12 months. We're going to map out when you're going to launch, when you're going to take holiday. All right. Oh, love you guys. This is so good. I feel I can just talk for another hour, but I'm going to respect your time. And thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.